Good morning, y'all. It's Lippy. I got a good one for you today. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't remember what canning video it was, but I had made a bunch of pepper sauce that morning. Had them sitting to the side and the camera caught it. And a young lady asked, Miss Lippy, would you please show your pepper sauce recipe? Well, that's what I'm going to do now. I've got to tell you, I do not believe you will find this in any ball book, any canning book. I have never seen it. The Pickle Pantry book. But I will tell you, when I was taught this about 26, 27 years ago, I make this every year. Normally I have it done around June, 1st of July, from the peppers in my garden. And those peppers are usually banana peppers, the sweet and the hot, the jalapenos, the cayenne peppers, whatever peppers I pull from my garden. The banana peppers with a few jalapenos is probably the most requested one. But guys, this is just how Lippy does it. So I'm going to start off by saying, I don't believe you're going to find this in a book, okay? And the reason being is we have a little carrot. And most of you know this is alkaline, okay? Normally, this would be pressure canned. But the way that I do the brine, I've never had a problem, okay? So put that on record. This is just the way Lippy does it. So you can combine any pepper you choose as long as your brine stays the same, okay? Right now today we're going to use 3 pounds of peppers, jalapenos and serranos. We're going to use 3 large sweet onions that I just julienned in large pieces. 3 pounds peppers, 3 large sweet yellow onions. These are Vidalia onions. And I'm using 12 ounces of organic petite carrots. Now you can cut your own carrots, 99 cents, and I probably won't use all of those. It depends, okay? And in my water bath canner is 7 quarts. I have 1 wide mouth, the rest are regular. I prefer wide mouth, but I've got to do potatoes here pretty soon. I gotta keep my wide mouth stash. So, you know, they're gonna have 6 jars to gripe about, the little mouse, because my family actually eats the vegetables in the pepper sauce. They don't just use the pepper sauce. So I'm gonna show you the brine, and then we're gonna start working on these peppers. Get you some gloves. I don't use gloves. Yeah, did you just hear me? I said get you some gloves, and I don't use gloves, guys. I can't feel the knife. But you need gloves if you're working with hot peppers. I'm just saying. Don't do as I do. You got to do as I say at this point. Get gloves. All right, let's look at the brine. Now, I will leave the basic recipe in the description. But I know about how much brine I need for 7 quarts. This is 9 cups of 5% white distilled vinegar. 1 cup apple cider vinegar, 10 tablespoons sugar. Now that's pure cane sugar. 10 heaping teaspoons pickling salt. 2 tablespoons black peppercorn. 2 teaspoons red pepper flakes. And I'm bringing this up to a boil. My jars are in here heating, because we need them hot and sterile, because we're going to have hot brine. The reason why I know this is 3 pounds is because I took the time to weigh them to kind of help you know the amount of peppers that you're going to need. Oh yeah, you can see pretty good. Okay, this is a large jalapeno, guys. Now, if you want it to really soak up that brine, you can make large slits, but I come in with a small paring knife and I just make 2 or 3 slits, okay? You can cut them if you want to, but that's how I do it. And I do leave the stem on because they grab it and they eat it. Let's do a serrano. I'm gonna do slit on one side, a slit on the other, and that's it. So as you can see, I got a long ways to go. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'll be back when I get them all done. Boy, look at that jalapeno. What this is gonna do, guys, it's gonna allow some of those seeds to come out and really flavor that brine. Now, if you don't want it real hot, you could take this end off and get the seeds out. But true Southern pepper sauce, the seeds stay in. Okay, I pulled a jar out. It's very hot, but I just wanted to show you because this is a process. I've got 2 large jalapenos, a couple of serrano. I'm gonna put in a couple of onions, 2 or 3 carrots, shake them down. There we go, a few more onions, and just start putting the peppers in however you can fill them in. All right, 3 of those large jalapenos are to be plenty. We're gonna pack it in with some serrano. If I had a small jalapeno, I put a small one in there, okay? You wanna really make sure that looks good right there, guys, look, okay? And I'm gonna set it to the side because we gotta put the brine on. But like I said, this is the most tedious. I can add another piece of onion here, I see, and I can throw a little carrot here. All right, we're good to go. Boy, I got that done. And let me tell you, that was the perfect amount for 7 quarts. I was guessing at this, because normally I don't measure. But, you know, I want to measure for y'all so you can get, you know, some sort of measurement to making a batch. So therefore you can cut this in half. 7 quarts filled. I did use that whole 12 ounce of carrots. I did not use all of my onions. So these will go into a container and I'll use them this week, you know, for the meals. I think I ended up with 1 onion left, okay? So y'all could take that onion off, use 2 large ones. I'm bringing my brine up to a boil. That's the key. Even though everything is dissolved, you want it at a rolling boil when you start putting it over these vegetables. Okay, our brine came up to a rolling boil. Now, I always stir before I lift. That way, the peppercorn and the red pepper flakes are pretty well even amongst the jars. Now, you can leave the peppercorn out. You can leave the red pepper flakes. Ouch. That was hot, guys. Did you see me do that? You can leave the peppercorn and you can also leave the red pepper flakes out. I was trying to keep that jar up close. You know, a good cook is a messy cook. All right, one more. And if you're short on your brine, you just make some more. I wouldn't make the 10 cups. You can pretty well judge. But like I said, I'm gonna leave the basic recipe and then you multiply it, okay? Definitely gotta debubble. Definitely gotta debubble. Look at all of them coming up. Now, if you have one of these bar mats, I need a little bit more brine. I'm looking about a 1/2 inch headspace. Perfect. Okay. And we're gonna see if I measured my brine right too. Sometimes I've had to make another little batch. But I've done it for so long, I pretty well can tell how much I need. Okay. Now, I'm not worried about this stem, okay, because it looks like it's standing up, but it's really not. I'll just mash it on down a little bit more. If it gives me a hard time, you take some scissors and you cut it off. But it's not going to affect anything. I say that and look at it. It wants to be hard-headed. There we go. Whew, that is hot, y'all. All right, I'm just going to clean the jar. This is vinegar on a paper towel. Mercy me. Okay, these two want to be stubborn. This one here, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm not turning the camera off. I want y'all to see exactly what Lippy does. I'm going to pick this pepper up, and I'm going to take that piece off. Now we're fine. Let's clean our rim again. Perfect. Get me a jar lid. I am using 4 jars. Yo, I got some in, and I am excited to try them out. So excited. Whew. And just finger tight, okay? Let's set that out of the way. I'll do one more. And what I did is I looked at the amount of jalapenos I had and I equally divided them. And then I filled in with the serrano. But I tell you, those sweet bananas, they make fantastic pepper sauce with just a couple of jalapenos. I may end up having to make another batch of brine. But I'd rather do that than waste, you know, brine. Make too much of it. All right. Look at them bubbles coming up. And we got another stem. See, and this is why Lippy doesn't crop her videos. I want y'all to feel like you're sitting right at this bar watching everything that I do. Now you look at that one. Comes off. Now we're good to go again. See, that's what I told you. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And I notice it's the serrano. Okay. Perfect. I love the way these flats look, guys. Whew. All right, let me get the rest of them done. Hey, I turned the camera back on because we don't have any floaters. I just thought I'd share that with y'all. We got them all filled. Now we're going to place them in the water bath canner. All 7. And I'm going to see if I need to add some boiling water that I got sitting in this tea kettle to cover. You need a good inch to 1.5 inches of water over your jars. And we're going to water bath these for 20 minutes. But you don't start the timer till the water comes to a boil. Now, if you're doing pints, you'll water bath them for 15 minutes. But I always go an extra 5 minutes with quarts when I'm doing pepper sauce. Take a look at these. I let them water bath 20 minutes. Aren't they gorgeous? Now, here is the wide mouth. I could have added more peppers, but it will be just fine. There y'all go. There you have Miss Lippy's pepper sauce recipe, as requested. And now I gotta tell you, you do not have to use the apple cider vinegar. I used it in that first brine, that 1 cup, because I wanted to get the gallon jug gone. I normally just use straight white vinegar. You can mix it up. I've never actually done it with just straight apple cider vinegar. I normally do it with white vinegar, but because I had a cup left of the apple cider, I went ahead and added it to the first pot of brine. And on the second, to fill up the other 2 quarts, I did 4 cups of white vinegar. So I made a small batch to finish it off. I kind of figured I had shorted myself. So there is my pepper sauce. This gives us 24 quarts to put in the pantry. That will carry us for the year. Hopefully, I may have to hide some. Seriously, y'all, these kids and Mr. Buddy drink it. Mr. Buddy and my daughter Felicia digs the peppers, the carrot. Not Lippy. Lippy loves the pepper sauce. But I'm not eating all that's in there. Nope. And if you're wondering about my hands, I washed them in lemon juice first, pure lemon juice. And then I turned around and I washed them dry with toothpaste until it all got grainy and almost dissolved. Soap and water. And guys, there's no peppers on my hands. So that's how I get rid of the peppers. But like I said, I don't use gloves to do this. They get in my way. I drop the peppers. I don't know why, but I can't hold peppers with a glove. So I'll get this uploaded. I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee. So until next time, as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Let me know if you give this a try.